Students, in the last session, we learned about the meaning of measurement and the first two types of measurement, that is the nominal scale and the ordinal scale. Nominal scale means under the scale given a number for identification, and ordinal scale is given a number for differentiation, that is greater than or less than. So under this session we learned about the intervals, the other two techniques of other two types of measurement of scaling is the interval scale and the ratio scale. The learning objective of this session is students are to understand the concept of interval scale and the ratio scale. The session outcomes is the theoretical understanding of the interval scale and the theoretical understanding of the ratio scale. Let us know what is meant by interval scale and also understand the meaning of interval scale with an example. In the case of interval scale, the intervals are adjusted in terms of some rule that has been established as a basis for making the units equal. The units are equal only in so far as one accepts the assumptions on which the rule is based. Interval scales can have an arbitrary zero, but it is not possible to determine for them what may be called an absolute zero or the unique origin. The primary limitation of the interval scale is the lack of a true zero. It does not have the capacity to measure the complete absence of a trait or characteristic. The Fahrenheit scale is an example of interval scale and shows similarities in what one can and cannot do with it. One can say that an increase in temperature from 30 Fahrenheit to 40 Fahrenheit, it involves the same increase in temperature as an increase from 60 to 70 Fahrenheit. But one cannot say that the temperature of 60 is twice as warm as the temperature of 30 because both numbers are depend on the fact that the zero on the scale is set arbitrarily at the temperature of the freezing point of water. The ratio of the two temperatures 30 and 60 means nothing because 0 is an arbitrary point. Interval scales provide more powerful measurement than ordinal scales. For interval scale also incorporates the concept of equality of interval. As such, more powerful statistical measures can be used with interval scales. Mean is the appropriate measure of central tendency, while standard deviation is the most widely used measure of dispersion. Product moment correlation technique are appropriate and the generally used tests for statistical significance are the t-test and the f-test. Next, go to the ratio scale. Ratio scales have an absolute or true zero of measurement. The term absolute zero is not as precise as it was once believed to be. We can conceive of an absolute zero of length, and similarly we can conceive of an absolute zero of time. For example, the 0 point on a centimeter scale indicates the complete absence of length or height, but an absolute zero of temperature is theoretically unobtainable and it remains a concept existing only in the scientific mind. The number of minor traffic rule violations and the number of incorrect letters in a page of TypeScript represents scores on ratio scales. Both these scales have absolute zeros, and as such, all minor traffic violations and all typing errors can be assumed to be equal in significance. With ratio scales involved, one can make statements like Jyoti's typing performance was twice as good as that of Ritu's. Ratio scale represents the actual amount of variables. Measures of physical dimensions such as weight, height, distance, etc. are the examples of ratio scales. All statistical techniques are usable with ratio scales, and all manipulations that one can carry out with real numbers can also be carried out with ratio scale values. Multiplications and division can be used with these scales. Geometric and harmonic means can be used as a measure of central tendency, and quotient of variation may also be calculated. So this is nothing but interval scales and ratio scales.